Okay, so now I get to teach you how to be a little bit of a hacker. Not much, just common little things that come up every once in a while that I enjoy is the ability to fool things into believing that they are something else. All right, this is a program called Scite. Okay, so if we go to Google, I'll show you where I got it. And yeah, I keep forgetting not to use that one and always use Firefox. Sorry. So let's type in this Scite. CI Scite comes right up in Firefox. And there we go. Now, what Scite is the ability to see all characters within text, meaning that there is a lot of characters not seen by the human eye. Okay, let's go to download and just download it in a full version download right here. And we're going to put that right onto our hard drive. And there we go. Since I downloaded it in Firefox, it automatically downloads it to my desktop. Okay, let me go over to the desktop and launch this program and get it installed within the hard drive, and in the next video I can show you how to work it. Now how I do this is very simple. To install it on a hard drive, what you have to do, let's install it to the desktop. It's the simplest thing. Let's make a folder on the desktop and let's right click rename it to Scite. Is that important? No, it's not, but I like doing it. Let's open this, and here is WinZip opening it up, and I'm just going to click and drag this over to the folder. Okay, and voila, it is now installed. What I can now do is launch the program using the Scite. Alright, so now in the next video I'll show you how to use it. Okay, so the way the Scite works is like this. Let's take an example in Microsoft Excel for a second. Let's just do one, that way we don't get too confused. I'm going to maybe copy this entire row right here. And this is 1A2 at the very top of my standards. This has already been formatted throughout the entirety. So all the spaces have been taken up neatly. Okay, I'm going to copy this whole row and then go to Scite and paste it in here. Now, what we see here is these spaces. Okay, and rightfully so, because right here is that space in its entirety also. But what Scite does, it gives me something that the Microsoft Excel does not. In here, let's just copy this by highlighting it. Let's go to replace, which is yeah, right here. Sorry, it moved it. Replace, and look at that. That automatically gets put in here. This is the unseen character for the space return in Microsoft Excel. So now what I can do is replace that with absolutely nothing. What I get with that is this, my technical standard all nicely formatted. Very cool, huh? Alright, so this is what we do. And you can kind of see where my formatting played in here. I got the space, and you can see what these look like, all formatted. I'm just going to page down to each section, and you can kind of get an understanding of what each formatting should look like. Okay. My next formatted text. Notice I left out something, all the heading information. So I deleted all that stuff. These big page 1 things in the background, or page 12 or whatever, these do not show up in Scite. Neither does colors or the formatting for the spaces. Okay, and last but not least, the employability skills way down here, how they should look. Notice I put a C in them because I thought it did it a lot better rather than having two letters of the same suit because I already used one of the previous letters. So I just use C for them. All right, now let's take this for example. Now what we want to do is segment them. All right, how do we segment standards based on this? Well, that's very, very easy to do. They've done it for us. See these ones right here? All we have to do is float all the ones to the very top, and then we have that segment. Okay, how we do that is we can click on the K, go to Data, go to Filter, and voila, this little drop down arrow appears. Okay? Once that is done, I can click on it and say, well, the only thing I want to see is ones. That's it. There we go. One and select all. Okay, so this is all the ones for that section. And let me show you what that is. By now you're saying this is horribly complex and not worth it. But trust me, it is. It's going to be a lot easier to catalog things this way. So that segment is industry overview. Okay, so this is how it works. I have industry overview now in Excel, all nightly float to the top. So what I can do is copy this entire chunk into Scite. File new, paste. I can now do a replace, which is already in place for me. I already got that special character, replace all. I can now go edit, select all, copy this, and move it back to Excel. And what you should do is probably rename each and every one of them. It's a little bit easier. Or you can keep it right in Scite for that matter. Okay? Maybe I'll just keep it in Scite. It's less confusing. I'm going to save this one as desktop, a new folder called overview or industry overview. Now, it depends how detailed you get with this. Actually, you can stick them all in the same folder and name the file. But you should always keep a backup of this. You don't want to do this ever again. Save. Alright, so each of the 12 segments need to be segmented into a text format like this. Then we can drop this into Moodle.